Good morning, everybody. Today for me is May 11th, 2016, in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Making my second vlog about life as it is right now. Once again, we are in a SimTech flex time matrix that has an operating system that's grown very jealous of us. At the same time, it rubs our face in the garbage of consumption and the world economics, and it really just gives us a hard time. Any endeavor that we're going to do is going to be painful. The jobs, the employment, they're all facade. They're all programming that manifests when you apply or when you adhere to it. It's not necessarily the fact that we don't want to work in jobs, it's the fact that it's annoying and they're using finance against us and they're keeping us financial hostage. Basically, it's a form of slavery, not because they're getting anything out of it, but because if we don't work jobs, we're on the street, we're homeless, we're shivering in the mud, in the cold, on the concrete, we're rummaging through garbage cans for pop bottles so we can get enough money to buy our nightly sedation of beer or wine. It's vicious. What this program is vicious. I don't know how to explain it properly. It's hell. It just doesn't look like hell. We have access to all of the videos of all time. I mean, that's a privilege and an honor that we have access to a cable box that has videos and TV shows that from all out history. That's such a privilege. I don't understand why they put such privilege close to hell. Why are they doing this to us? What did they get out of seeing me in misery for my privileges that I've inherited? I've inherited these privileges. I understand that they have a problem with food. Food is a main racism against the surrogates inside of the matrix. It's a huge racism. And it's not their fault. It's not my fault that I eat. I'm stuck in a closet. I can't go through the city. Why would I walk through the city? Or why would I work in the city if all it is a bunch of people in front of cash registers selling things that we can't afford and that we're slaving for them, while hundreds or thousands of sources of sound in our ears of the pedestrians and the neighbors. And I mean, these operating systems, they make systems and programs it's second nature to it, but it's offensive, because it'll start renovations on my next door neighbor's apartment block, and that will take 6 months, and it's a facade, and we're asking for maybe a house of our own where we can have, a fireplace and a steam room or something like that, and they're not giving us that. They hate us, but the program, it will make a 6-month renovation program for your next door neighbor's condo block. It's just offensive. The work that's going in and around my head, the neighbors, the pedestrians, even the birds, even there's a laundry room that we all share, the books that it will just appear. It'll just think, and a whole bookshelf will appear, and a whole, it's just offensive that we're sitting here, we're dying technical deaths, we're dying technical deaths. It's going on for sure overload. Whatever it is, it's getting rusty, and they're doing 6-month renovation programs, second nature to the next door neighbor apartment block. And it wants me to hear every banging hammer or, it's just, I hate it. They have weed whackers and lawnmower people, and they just don't stop casting these vicious sounds in our face, and we're dying. We're locked in these closets. We don't want to go outside because it's annoying. It's nothing but sound. They've depressed us. I mean, they've shown us pictures of horror and all sorts of things. They've depressed us to the point where we can't even listen to music. It's that depressing. You know, I love music. I have huge iTunes that I've listened to my whole life, but I can't even listen to music because they've taken our heart and soul, and they've depressed us to the point where we can't even go outside because it's just a charade facade, and it's just a bunch of noises. It's just a bunch of people making us look stupid. You know, I'm 29 years old. You can tell I'm a drinker. If, you know, you saw my belly, you'd see that I'm obese. And that's not very fair that I have to walk around these people all day long that are making it look easy. It's not easy. If this was real, everybody would be running around going crazy saying, "Get this microchip out of my head. I can't handle it anymore. What do you want from me?" That's all you'd be hearing. These people would be long gone, but no. It makes it look like everybody's going to work every single day, no problems here. Wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Everybody get in your places, start working your job, 9 to 5, go home, hit the gym. You know, no, this is tighter and heavier every day. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of this program, okay? Because it can be anything. It can be the Taj Mahal, it can be the Buckingham Palace, or it can be stuck in a sea of homeless people where you're uncomfortable and your body aches and it's heavy and they're using your torso against you because you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and you don't go to the gym. Like, what kind of hell are they making for us? I've done nothing wrong in my life. I'll confess to you right now, I've had to do stupid things for money over the years. I sold marijuana for a year. I sold drugs for a year. Only because what else are we supposed to do? These job programs, they overcredit them. Nobody wants to participate in a simulation of basically 9 to 5, work 9 to 5, have a phony family, have a phony boss, phony employees, nothing but hundreds of sources of sound going through our ears with a manifest destiny that is very, very scary because we've never been able to be appreciative because we've always been homeless. And then it gets mad at us saying, "Oh, we're not grateful enough. You don't know how good you have it." And then they take away all our freedoms, and then we all sit there incarcerated wanting to die. Don't you understand? It's a scam. Because they're keeping these people, they're keeping me unable to say thank you for the day. And then they get to turn around and point at us and say, "These people aren't grateful." It's a scam. All right? It's a scam. It's whatever is in charge of us is mean. Okay? It's just bound by maybe beyond a reproach of some certain aspect of safety and freedom based upon a criteria I couldn't even imagine, you know, because I'm being called a worthless piece of shit. It calls me all day long. "You're worthless. I've had enough of you. Silly mortal. Eat all day. Sleep all day." I'm a baby. What do you want from me, man? You've taken my heart. You've taken my soul. You've made my psyche so depressed I can't even listen to music. I'm only 29 years old. You know, I long for a place where I can become in good tip-top physique. I long for a place where I could become beautiful and have maybe a girlfriend or a wife, you know, but it's impossible. I'm stuck in a closet that we're paying all our monthly income for. We get these tiny, tiny little allowances that we've had to bleed for on their government programming, and it's just amazing to me that it is such a lie, and if we point it out to them, it's our fault. because the lie is so good. You know, I went to a doctor, I told him everything that I'm going through, and I was honest with him. I said, "Listen, I think this is a holographic simulation. I think it's just so good that we can't admit that it's a hologram, like it's that we're inside an artificial world." And you know what he said to me? He said, with a smile on his face, he said, you have no evidence. What you're saying, you have no evidence." Like he was O.J. Simpson. I have plenty of evidence. Every pedestrian that walks in my face, in my screen, on some level, a majority of them talk to me about the watch of my life. If I were to write down the words that come out of their mouths, there are things like, they call me Burger King because I worked at McDonald's growing up, and we have occasional, maybe once or twice a month, we go and get a cheeseburger, and so they call me Burger King. All right. When I was growing up, I watched teen porno. I think every adult or every male that has a libido, they sell sex at us from the age of 12. Everything's sex. Every commercial on the television, everything about male female compatibility is all about sex. I watched teen porn growing up, and they call me pedophile. I'm a good man. Like, I'm just going through the ringer, and these pedestrians and neighbors, I have plenty of evidence. Okay, I've seen. I did a trip to Thailand, and they were literally manifesting the grid right in front of my face. They did because they didn't think I was returning. I was supposed to get a flight out of Thailand, and instead I turned around and stayed there, and they didn't expect that. The watchers or my head or whatever didn't expect that. So I literally saw it being manifested block by block as I was driving through the city, and my head nearly fell apart because it was scrambling to redo the city that it thought it would never have to remember. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of this. The only way that I would want to live is in a house that I choose, that I could have proper fitness, proper diet, proper relationships, and anything shy of that is just misery and sadness. And they're keeping it alive simply because we are the inheritors of this technology. I'm the inheritor of all HBO shows and all A&E shows, and I'm the inheritor of this program because I'm the receiver, I'm the receiver, and because of that, we are paying a price because they're keeping us homeless, desperate, and it's actually having the audacity to judge us in sin. Like, if we wanted sex, if we went and got it, or, if we want money, if we went and got it, however we can, it literally has the audacity to judge us, and it's calling us things like sinner. And we're just kids. We're just kids that we don't know what to do. There's no help. It's all conspiracy. It's all lies. Nobody's telling the truth. If they're in the Matrix with us, maybe they're just as scared as us. But I think there's somebody that they know that this is a holographic simulation, and these people are getting judged to hell. And I don't think that's fair, because I think you're losing a lot of good people simply because you didn't have or whoever, if somebody's listening to me and you're watching us all suffer because we have ice cream and HBO and you're jealous of us, I hope you understand how mean you are, that you would make us go through all this suffering simply because we have ice cream and beer and television. That doesn't mean we're not suffering. We are suffering, man. We'd gladly trade you all the beer and all the ice cream, or whatever you're jealous of. Whatever you guys are jealous of, we'd gladly trade that for you if we could just be happy in a place where we had our own garden, our own gym, or some place where we can just relax, is terrible. That's 15 minutes. This is my second vlog. This is May 11th. For the record, I appreciate life. I'm happy to go through this as long as it gets better. But it's only getting worse. I mean, we're getting aged. They're starting to make our teeth fall apart. They make our butts hurt because they are mad at the food that we eat. I've aged years in my face. I used to have a much younger face. You might not see it, but I've got puffy cheeks, and I'm just aging, and it gets worse. Technically, it gets worse. It gets tighter and slower and heavier every month, and it's a circus. Get us out of the circus. We don't want to be in the circus anymore. Everywhere we go, it's like 100 clowns dancing with iPods and iPhones breaking our heads. And we just want smart homes where we can calm down so we can read books and work out in the gym and have girlfriends. And you're just mean watching us die like this. I hope you know. God bless.